Question 664. Does fashion have any value to society, or is it just a complete waste of time and resources?
The latter.
Number 2.
I don't think it's a complete waste of time and resources, but I think far more time and resources are put into it than is sensible on any level.
That's very diplomatic of you.
A better question would be, what's the biggest con, religion or fashion?
Refashion.
I'll have that. I'm having that question right there. I've lost my list.
That would be a better question.
That's a different question, not a better question.
I think at one point in our society, fashion was more important, in general than it is now, because it was, it would build up revenue and it was broadening people's styles. But in these days, you can basically wear whatever you want. I think it's ridiculous at this point and there's stores everywhere. Back in the day, you couldn't just go down the street and go to a shopping mall and find everything you wanted, like outlets or something. You couldn't do that. Now you can. What's the effing point about it?
I mean, do you mean then? Is it something to say that fashion was important when you had to spend a lot of money on things, when you had to invest in something, like items of clothing that would last you for a season, so for a year, because that was how you were going to look for that year. That fashion was probably more relevant at that point in time.
There was also a point in time where fashion pushed certain things in society forward. Like you look at the 20s and 30s when women started wearing pantlet type things as a fashion and started, presenting themselves as equals. That actually, fashion at the time was a statement that said something to society, and that made sense.
Right.
But, I agree with Beth. Now it's just people wear whatever the fuck they want, although it does contribute to the economy.
I do agree with Beth as well.
If it
wasn't for fashion, we wouldn't be where we are now. Like, Beth, Amanda, and myself would basically be in like frou-frou dresses, miserable as shit.
God no.
Oh, I'd be dead.
That depends how far back you go.
True. If it hadn't moved, if there hadn't been fashion that moved things forward and made these statements, we would have. I think that's what Sarah's saying, is that we would have been stuck there. We would have been stuck in those outfits, expected to dress feminine and stay
but only
that
if
way.
you. Only if you stopped at that point. Forward. That makes sense. I mean, if you could have turned around and said we're not going to have any fashion from the Bronze Age, and we'd all be walking around in very simple robes.
Not true.
Yeah, you're just picking a point in him.
Yes. But now it's not as important as it used to be, because there's really not much that can change in the way of fashion, unless you go with like the really ridiculous stuff that they have on fashion runways, which is made to be fucking ridiculous and eye-catching.
See, that's exactly my point. These days, it's not about, is it going to last a long time? Does it go with everything else in your wardrobe so you can have it multiple uses? It's about how weird it is, how absurd, and what kind of an idiot somewhere is going to go, I have to have that $30,000 dress to go with my Coach purse and my, So it's just stupid at this point. I mean, yes, it does add to the economy.
Statement at all either.
Wait, give me a minute. I've got something to say.
I think we could take everything that's put into that and put it into something better and stimulate the economy in a better way.
Here's the problem. You could say that about every sport and every other interest.
I have. About every sport. I think sports. I think it's all the money that these sports players make. It is ridiculous and stupid.
And cats. And cats.
Oh yeah, cats. Yeah.
Oh my God. Really? You know how much money I spend a month on my cats? About $20. That is not a $30,000 dress.
I mean, I do
Back
like the
up,
fact.
Dave.
I just tell Gigi you did not mean that, because she's just still a baby and she doesn't need to hear these mean things.
Yeah.
I do like the fact. I mean, I suppose there's a point. I mean, I do like the fact that the fashion industry like props up the economy by exploiting fucking child labour in the third world and all that. So
Yeah, that's always a wonderful thing. Yeah.
While we're,
Yeah, I'm
while
glad
we're
those
on
women
about-
and children are
But
over there
I can
sewing those
also argue
dresses.
that I can also argue that sports does that. Mind you, would sportswear be fashion as well? So
Yeah, it is now.
Yeah.
It depends on
There
where
we
you
go.
are. Like where I am, football fan stuff is completely fashion. Like people love that shit. American football. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm wearing
just
an I'm saying that now with the full knowledge. I'm wearing an American football jersey right now,
I was about to point that out. Thank you, Jeff.
and I am, I'm not.
And
I'm
it's
not
a statement.
Is
You
that
are making a statement.
I am, I suppose,
that's
in a
not
way.
the
Yeah.
Cowboys, is it, Jeff?
Fuck yes.
Oh,
It's the Cowboys. Yeah.
God
While we're
Right.
on the
damn,
topic,
dude.
Wait, I've got to get to
America's team.
What? I've just got to catch up on the chat
It's
badges.
not America's team.
Yeah.
while we're on the
First of all,
topic of exploitation,
Patriots
it's not just
Are
the people-
America's team. The Cowboys can suck
Not-
it. I don't
not-
even fucking like
Not
football.
that.
so.
Not now that Brady's gone.
Right,
All
shush a
Cowboys
minute.
in there.
Shush a minute. Then we can get on to
Moving on.
badges exploitation.
Right.
Nerdy says, yes, it has
Patriots
value.
can Fuck all with
Shut up!
Fellas Jackson.
Okay,
Nerdy
one more
says-
question.
No, we haven't finished this one yet. Nerdy says, yes,
I know,
it has
but I
value.
was just checking the fucking number on it. God.
Right, Richard says, I've been thinking of getting a full body tattoo of me, on me, but taller with bigger muscles. I think he's got very stretchy skin. Doc says, complete waste of time and resources. Wes says, fashion has value to to evolutionary selection, I think. I know I'm a bad dresser and never been valued to be a partner. Yeah, I'm a terrible dresser. And I've had plenty of partners.
Exactly.
Wes says,
so-
lol, I'm shallow and
Say
petty.
something dirty here, but I won't.
I don't know what you're talking about. Catnip,
I am a
Catnip-
good girl, damn it.
we know. We've had reports. Catnip says, it has value to society because it's a form of self-expression. Wes says, clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society.
I mean, they do. They just get arrested first.
Nerdy says, I'm still wearing my old red and white gingham dress.
Yeah.
The Lone
You're
Wanderer
very
says,
pretty in it, Minority.
The Lone Wanderer says, I'm good with nakedness. They're now discussing fashion styles. We're skipping over that.
I think it is a shame that it's looked down upon for men to wear a long flowing dress.
Yes. We're fixing that slowly.
Yes.
Thankfully, because dresses, while I do not like them because I don't like showing my legs, they are very comfortable, so I do wear them around the house.
See, what annoys me most...
I mean like an ankle length one.
Yeah.
I know.
Right,
Those
but
are
what
very
annoys me
comfortable, too.
most is that the majority of clothes that are considered women's now were mostly men's.
Oh yeah, there's been like a complete flip flop of the fashions. It's just so weird.
But it is fashion
Hey,
that's
they
done
tweaked
that.
them. They tweaked
it
them
has.
a little bit. They tweaked them a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
mean, I'm
made
pretty sure
sleeves
back then,
shorter.
I am
High
sure back
heels
then
were originally
the
made
dresses
for
had
men.
pockets.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
in France, I think.
My
Heels,
main thing is that for some
tights,
reason
stockings,
they flip
skirts.
them, and they remove the pockets for women. Like, why? I want pockets, goddamn! I don't want to carry a purse.
Angel
Yeah,
is
if you have
always
pockets, you
picking
might
on
put
me
things in them.
because women. If you will notice, women's pockets are teeny tiny, where Angel can fit like an entire fucking water
They're
bottle.
teeny
in her
tiny, or
pocket.
they have those fake pockets. I hate those fake pockets.
Yeah.
I love my guy clothes. They're more
Yeah, I-
comfortable.
Jacket with a
They don't
fake
pinch in weird places. Yeah, it's great.
I do typically wear men's pants, but I do have to wear women's shirts because men's shirts don't have room for the boobles.
Boobs.
Yeah,
You know what
Boobs are too big
See
for
what
men's shirts.
Wait a minute, I phased out
no
for a second
boobs.
then.
I can
Why
wear them
did she
just
scream
fine.
boobs?
Dave, see what
I said
happens
my
with
boobs are too big for men's shirts.
Oh.
Like if I'm gonna wear a man's shirt, it would have to be a fucking tent on me because my tits are too huge.
In your opinion, you get buy the men's shirts that fit your body. Let the boobs go. I'm just saying, it's fine.
Might ride up a little. Go on, Jeff.
Well, we could tuck it in.
I was just going to say, it's what happens. It's what happens when you ask a question about fashion with a group of women here, Dave. No. And on that note, I think
my idea of fashion.
Really,
my idea of fashion.
Really, Jeff, because you were on a rant there for a minute.
I'm just going to say, the only one that's here that's actually trying to make a fashion statement is Jeff.
We're split both in the sense of men and women and Britain and America.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's quite funny, actually. Right.
Yeah,
Anyone else
got... Both in the sense of men and women and British and American.
Yes, which I find really weird.
It's a fact.
We need American... What does that say about American men?
Team America.
So the thing about exploitation...
Yeah, go
on. The problem I have with fashion is the exploitative nature of the industry. Not just in terms of the sweatshops in third world countries, which needs to be mentioned because it's fucking terrible, but also just in the thing I was discussing on Twitter earlier about employers treating their employees in Western countries terribly. It's just bad.
It is an awful industry.
It is, but me having that nice new T-shirt is worth it, isn't it?
Is it though?
No. Really, no.
I've got a drawer full of fucking T-shirts.
Do you? I don't imagine you do. I can't imagine you've ever worn a thing called a T-shirt. I see you in a tweed suit.
I wear T-shirts, just I don't wear them as like a showy item of clothing. I wear them under other things.
Uh-huh.
They're like underpants. They're the underlayer.
I think you.
Well, they originally were called undershirts, so.
Exactly.
But we're getting sidetracked.
I wear them as undershirts.
Badger, I think you dress like Bertie Wooster.
Yes.
I just think you do.
Yes. Yes.
You've seen how I dress.
Like Bertie. Oh,
right.
Usually as a fucking Mandalorian soldier.
No, that's when I'm discussing Star Wars. Hang on, I'll show you how I dress.
If this is gonna get the, which I want to know.
Does it include a smoking jacket and a bobbing head?
This is how I dress.
So he wears a blanket all the time. Oh, that one.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.